Hey guys, so this isn't really a devlog per se because I'm already done with the Breakout game, but I decided to instead learn new things by adding on to this Breakout game. In this case, I was able to add in particles. So let me show you real quick. So yeah, as you can see, when the ball collides with the block and it gets destroyed, you can see like these particle effects that are being outputted or being displayed. And I think it makes the game feel more lively and more fun to look at. And yeah, and let me see if I can go over it a bit. Alright, so this is the class. It's going to be a particles manager, and I think I can use this class with any game that I have in the future to basically create the particles, or not create the particles, because that's a separate software. But for this case, this particle manager is in charge of quite a bit of things, and one of those things is being able to spawn, and then I guess the other important one is to update the particle animation and also render, I guess. So we're first going to spawn in the particle when the collision happens. So in our collision system, when the ball collides with a block, it's going to spawn, or it's going to, well, first we in this class we instantiate the particles manager, and then we also give it the particle file, which is going to be in this particle folder here. And then we set the scale to 1f, because if we don't, it's going to be like really big. And if you guys haven't seen my post, it was like taking up like so much space, so scaling it to 1f kind of adjust it to fit the world units. And yeah, so once we've scaled it, and the logic here is that when the ball collides with the block, which means that it's set to be destroyed, we're going to spawn the location of where the block is before we destroy it, or we set to destroy it. And that's what we get. So the tool that we use to create our particle is a file called GDX particle editor, and you can find it on just googling libgdx particle, and it should be the first result. But basically, to use it, we're going to use this command java.jar or -jar GDX particle editor. Once we enter, this GUI will appear, and I'm just going to click on this one. So basically what we can do is, see, this is a particle, right? And it has some built-in like rain, you can kind of see here, which I thought was pretty cool. And the template that I use was explosion, and you can't see it right now, but if I hit this, oh wait, there you go. So I basically used explosion, except I removed the explosion part and just kept the sparks and adjusted the values. But I'm still learning how to use this, and eventually I do want to make my own custom particles. But for the meantime, I think the one I used in the video or in this game is good enough. And the last thing I was able to accomplish this week was to figure out how to use Packer, which is a way to convert our game into an exe file. And as you can see here, we have the game. So right now the IDE is behind us and the game is not currently running, right? So I'm just going to run it through the exe file. So I'm going to double click on this, and voila, we can run our game via the executable file instead of running it through our IDE, and it still works just fine. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And again, I'm just like learning a bit more, reviewing like more things related to libgdx. And yeah, so I guess that pretty much ends it. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.